As soon as we step into our church, we are greeted with signs and symbols of our faith, right? The baptismal font that remains at the entrance of our church, reminding us of our entrance into this Christian faith. The Easter candle next to it. We have the altar that is before us in the center, leading us to the crucifix, the tabernacle, and the lighted candle that is always next to us. All symbols to remind us that when we enter here, we enter into the very holy presence of God and of our journey to the fullness of Christ. Well, today I would like to introduce to you one more holy symbol of our faith, the pencil. With computers to send out emails and texts and smartphones that are smarter than us, and every kind of device imaginable to keep lists and jog our memories and thoughts, the ordinary pencil might seem a bit obsolete, but the pencil offers what those other things can't. You can't put a computer behind your ear when you're busy with the tools, right? You can't chew on that pencil thinking, what's the next word that I need here? What device do we have that has a capability that a pencil does to pinpoint or to shade, to outline, or to etch? But the best part about the pencil? The eraser. Therein lies the symbol of our faith. The ability to erase our mistakes, to change our minds, to start over. When we write our book of life, our story of life, we can be assured that there will be some mistakes that we're going to make. We know that we're going to use words sometimes that are inappropriate, that are hurtful. Occasionally, we will live outside the lines of which we are given. Sometimes we think we are communicating so clearly only to realize we have been misunderstood and we have to go back and try again. Sometimes we live our life so quickly, so rapidly, so full of movement that we forget to cross our I's or dot our T's, or we think we've got life figured out and we calculate it down to the nearest point and realize, oops, maybe I wasn't right. Sometimes we write our story of life and we wish we could just get rid of the entire chapter. Now, there's many ways that we can amend these sometimes painful and awkward moments of our life. We can pretend they didn't happen and just try to kind of etch over them, or try to make one letter into a different letter, showing we really do know how to spell that word. Or we might form a word out of the remainder of what we've written, or we can cross out the sentence, but that first draft is always going to be there as the constant reminder, what was I thinking? Or we could even tear off a part of the page, but the tear will always be present, reminding us of that missing paragraph that leaves the page mutilated. Or we can do as God does for us. Just erase. Start over. Start fresh. Not to deny the mistake, but to create the new story, to move forward. It's called forgiveness. It's what God does. Just as God led the people Israel to leave their past behind and accept that invitation to follow God into that new land, that promised land of something new, just as Jesus did countless times, unrelentingly forgiving, reaching beyond the law into the reality of people's brokenness. Just as St. Paul did, urging that new church to forget what lies behind, strain forward to what lies ahead. Indeed, we are not only invited but required to make use of this eraser of forgiveness, forgetting what lies behind, what caused that brokenness and division, and straining forward to the possibilities of reconciliation and healing. Continuing that pursuit toward the goal, the prize of that upward calling, Paul says, not only to imitate Christ, but to be Christ for one another. So every time this week that you pick up a pencil, and if you don't generally pick up a pencil, find one. Make sure it has an eraser. Carry it with you this week. Let it be a constant reminder of the mercy of God, of how many times He has forgiven our mistakes and called us to do the same for one another.